अरे बस उसको उसको चाहिए
that. Please do not disturb the speaker while the speech is in progress. Do not move in and out of the room. If you do have to, please wait for an applause. The washrooms are outside, left for men's washroom and right side from the hallway to the female's washroom. And if you drinking stations are available outside the hallway. Thank you. I'll be handing over to the presiding officer of today, who is an electric engineer by profession, who is fitness lover and loves to read books. Please welcome Toastmaster Dheeraj.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 352nd meeting of Agnel Toastmaster Club. And with this gavel, I officially announce beginning of this meeting. So today, I have two stories, and I will be asking my audience, that is you, to let me know which story you want to share, want me to share with you all. The So the first one is a motivational story that I have read from a book, and second is a real life incident that has affected each one of us, or I should say that has affected India as a whole. So which one of these you want me to share with you all? That is not in the interest of time. So I will go ahead with a real life incident that happened way back in 2008. So in 2008, India and US were seeking to develop a civil nuclear cooperation. So such types of a deal, when a developed nation like US and a developing nation like India is coming up for a deal on a strategic domain, that is a nuclear technology, these types of deal has a huge political ramification in international politics. A huge turmoil in the international politics, because it gives an indication that you are aligning to one of the powerful countries. Another thing about this deal was it was totally unprecedented, because before this deal, USA and its allies put lot of embargo, lot of restriction on the India, so that India may not be able to expand its nuclear domain, may able to mature its nuclear technology. Even USA and Europe was putting all efforts to deny all nuclear commerce to India. But this is the first time they were approaching to India for setting up a deal on civil nuclear domain. At that time, a prominent nuclear scientist, Anil Kakodkar, was heading the Department of Atomic Energy. He was in favor of this deal from energy perspective, because if you deploy more nuclear reactors for energy generation, it is good for the country. But he was worried about strategic autonomy of the India, because if you are coming up and collaborating with a country like America, and you are signing a deal, and if there is any loophole, any wording that is not properly checked, then they may leverage this deal at the later stage to take the control of India's nuclear program. So he was very cautious about this, and he was reading the document word by word, so that there is no scope of any mistake that may be leveraged against India. So all the people responsible for setting for this deal to happen went to the Washington, and just before the summit, there was an internal meeting. So the people present in the meeting were Prime Minister, Foreign Secretary, National Security Advisor, diplomats, key members from Prime Minister Office and External Affairs Ministry. So to take the stock, and by that time it was a strong consensus that it is a good opportunity for India, and we should not miss this boat. We should not miss this deal by any chance. So to take the stock of the situation, Prime Minister at that time, Manmohan Singh, sought everyone's opinion. That what's your opinion? So everyone gave either a strong support for this deal or cautious support. Last son came of Anil Kakodkar. So Anil Kakodkar, who was heading this department, brought about inherent drawback in this deal. He mentioned that we cannot collaborate in certain areas of nuclear technology, like our three-stage nuclear program, strategic program, nuclear submarines. Because if we will go and collaborate in these domains, what Americans will do, they will investigate your projects, they will visit your facilities, they will put all the resources to get an idea that what India is doing, where India is at what level. So that can be harmful for the country in the long run. Second thing, Specifically, if I talk about USA, they have a habit of, like, if they are developing one technology, they will ensure that the partner never reaches to that level. They will create all sorts of hindrance that you will never be at par with them at any cost. So we have to take care of these things. So at the last, he mentioned in that meeting, in the internal meeting, that I am in favor of this deal, but the present formulation is not acceptable at all. So in that room, everyone was accepting this deal. He was against the deal, and odd one out. So all the senior presidents were pounced upon him. Kakodkar, you are thinking only about Department of Atomic Energy. You are not thinking about the country as a whole. Be mature, have a big picture. Think about the India. Our energy sector will boom. So he explained to all the people what are the reasons that why we cannot go ahead. Now, after listening to him, Manmohan Singh was convinced that yes, if Kakodkar is not agreeing, we cannot go ahead with this deal. And when one key member, there are two key members for any deal to happen. From USA side, President Bush was there. From America side, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was there. If Manmohan is not agreeing, this deal will not happen. So there was a rush in the diplomats. Throughout the night, they were negotiating, revising, drafting, collaborating, so that the deal becomes mutually acceptable to both the countries. Few hours next day, few hours just before the meeting, again the final version was showed to Prime Minister. Prime Minister called Anil Kakodkar in his room and showed him the draft. He read it and said, "Sir, sorry, it is still not acceptable to me." So at that time in that room, Minister of State was also present, and he asked that what exactly wording, what exact formulation, what exact line you want on this deal to be there. So Anil Kakodkar took this is a real incident. Anil Kakodkar took a napkin from the table in that room and scribbled on it exact wording, exact line that should be there for this deal to make to be acceptable to the India. Minister of State put that napkin, folded it, put it in his pocket, went to the drafting room, and by that time, even Americans perceived it that there is a scientist, Anil Kakodkar, who is a difficult nut to crack. If he not agrees to his terms and conditions, this deal will not be possible. And at that time, because of some geopolitical reasons, USA was in need of this nuclear deal to happen. So finally, they agreed the terms and conditions, and by the lunchtime, a final version was there, and it was shown to the Anil Kakodkar, and he said, yes, it is not acceptable to me. And news break out that there is a nuclear deal between India and USA on civil nuclear applications. So why I am telling you about this deal in a platform like Toastmasters? There were three key skills that was used for this deal to happen. The first key skill was, and those skills can be learned in the Toastmasters. The first key skill was communication. When we say communication, we perceive it is that you are coming on the stage, you are fluent, you are fearless, and you are delivering your speech. But communication goes beyond it. Communication means you are able to understand your audience. You are using the wording terminology that is understandable by your audience. To give you an example, when Anil Kakodkar was explaining the reason why we cannot go ahead, at that time he was addressing to the Prime Minister from economics background, national security advisor, history background, someone is from the law background, someone is chartered accountant. So everyone was from different diverse backgrounds. So you need to understand what should be your domain of communication so that your audience understands it. And Toastmaster is the right platform where we all from different backgrounds come together and we learn how to do an effective communication. Second is collaboration and negotiation. This deal happened because all the diplomats collaborated, negotiated throughout the night, and it made it mutually acceptable to both the countries. In Toastmasters, we all have different thought process. We come from different backgrounds. For running this club, we all come to a consensus. We all reach to a conclusion in the right direction, and by how we do it through a lot of deliberation and negotiation. Second learning, which we can have in the Toastmaster, which is needed at the highest level when two top powers of the country are collaborating on a advanced technology. Third key skill is confidence in your conviction. So how does confidence come? Anyone? Yes, exactly. So confidence comes from two things. First, if you have a thorough knowledge of the topic you are speaking, and second is the practice. So Toastmasters offers you an option to come on the stage, practice. There are different role players, different options where you can come on the stage, practice, and improve your confidence, improve your delivery skills. So these are the three key learnings which we can have when we join the Toastmaster, and which we can utilize from top to bottom at any level, and that is highly effective in professional life. Now, without much ado, we will move ahead in the next segment of today's meeting. And before that, let me bring to your kind attention that we have We are privileged today to have our division director, DTM Ravinder with us. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Now I request DTM Ravinder to please come on the stage and address the gathering. Your words of wisdom will encourage us and motivate us to take the club to the next level. Please bring him with a huge round of applause. This is a table topic for me. He never told me that I'm going to stand here. Agnel has been a very ebullient club, I would say. Ebullience is one of the uh, contests that we always have in division or in District 98. But speaking about Agnel, whenever you come here, be it a guest, be it a district officer or anybody, a Toastmaster, normal Toastmaster, you can sense the warmth that this club has. And I think that is because of its members who keep the warmth going on throughout the year. Every year, Agnel comes up with something new. It could be one single activity, but it comes out with something new in the year. I'm looking forward to such activities in this year. I haven't seen the calendar of Agnel as yet, but I'm sure the ExCom would be working on that. Let me assure you that from the district side, any challenges you face, you can always approach the area director. And if the area director is not available, me, the division director, and we would try our best to resolve the challenges collectively so that Agnel prospers as it has been doing over the years. I would not take much time because we have 3 speakers and it's an open house, a wonderful theme for the day. I'm looking forward to hearing more about why Toastmasters. Over to you, presiding officer. So I can see there are 2 guests. Please tell us your name, what do you do, and how you got to know about the Toastmasters. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Second, sir. Okay, thanks for joining us. Please sit down. Now we will move to the next segment of today's meeting, and for that we have a role player. We call it as a Toastmaster of the day. This role player is a pivotal role player in any Toastmasters meeting, which ensures smooth running of any day's meeting. So let me introduce to you today's Toastmaster. So today's Toastmaster of the day is a finance and investment professional who also enjoys crunching contests and analyzing leadership strategies. He has served in various leadership positions and participated in contests and won accolades in both. He enjoys conducting and attending educational sessions. Apart from analyzing investment and upskilling on soft skills, he enjoys dancing and playing tennis. Please invite with a huge round of applause Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Smith.
Thank you, presiding officer, for that warm introduction. Now, the theme for today's meeting, right? So September is around. Well, what happens in September? Renewals, right? The VPM is like shouting out the loudest. That's a call for him to follow up with the members and ask them, like, would you like to renew this time or not? Now, when I thought about this theme, I didn't think, okay, I'll come and share what is my experience. I was asking myself the question, should I renew this time or not? And I wasn't getting enough responses from within myself. And I thought that I'll ask the role players, the people who will be taking the different roles today, what is it that keeps them going? Why do they renew every time? How are they benefiting from the membership of Toastmasters personally and professionally? And I got a varied response, and it was nice to read them, because as I was reading those responses, it reminded me also how I have grown through my journey over the 5 years. Let me take you guys through a snippet of the Toastmasters. Who is the founder of Toastmasters? Don't shout out. Who knows? Meenakshi, no. Meenakshi, in quiz, Meenakshi is allowed the last chance. After everybody says we don't know, we'll get back to Meenakshi. Anybody else? No district officers. Yes. So you'll get second last. Anybody else? The founder of Toastmasters? XCOM, current. TLTP. You guys attended TLTP? First name. All right. It's Dr. Ralph Smedley. Yes. Meenakshi couldn't hold back. No, I'll take one for the team. So, anybody knows the story? Why did he? Or any guess? Yeah, sir.
One of the things why they started Toastmasters was because in his fraternity they used to work in a company, and then he saw that his colleagues they had studied communicating. So he would go for like after dinner, they would sit and have a chat, and then that turned into like Toastmasters in one meeting, and then became a big thing.
Thank you, Sakshi, for give her a warm round of applause. Toastmasters was established in 1924, and this year marks the 100th year for Toastmasters International. Dr. Ralph Smedley saw that the youth in his community was struggling with communication. In Western area of the world, there is I would say, a practice where for friends' wedding, there is a best person who has to raise a toast. And sometimes the youth, the best friends, struggle doing that basic thing. And people took a backseat whenever they were given that opportunity to raise a toast for their friend's wedding or any event in general. And therein he thought, maybe I can help the community become better. Even in organizations, he saw that people were struggling to put forth their ideas. How can he do something for the community in general? Therein came that idea. And therein came the tagline of Toastmasters. So who knows the tagline of Toastmasters? Meenakshi, no. Yes. Please give a warm round of applause to Toastmaster Parita. Where leaders are made, right? Let me take a page from what our presiding officer, Toastmaster Dheeraj, mentioned. Who remembers the name of the scientist? He gave a presiding officer address of the person, right? That was the whole speech. As Toastmaster, we said to be better leader, better communicator, we should listen. So who was listening to the presiding office address? What was the name of the scientist? You don't look with a surprise. Dheeraj is like, whose name did I take? I can see Meenakshi and Ravindra knows that. Yes, first name, like how Meenakshi. What is the first name? Starts with A. No. Yes. So that's what we learn in a Toastmasters meeting. It is not a place where we just come and give speech when we are on the stage, and when our turn is over, we get back to WhatsApp and do that. The reason we want to attend a physical meeting is so that we can be attentive. We can listen to the speakers over here. It's a vicious circle. When we extend the courtesy of listening to other people, the other people will also feel that obligated, okay, let me also listen to the person coming on the stage. And coming back to the name was Atul, right? Atul Karkod. Anil. Even I missed. Anil Karkod, sir. Anil Kakod. So we have to listen. And that's what I like how he came on and said that the three things, though all the scientists, all the ministries were against that person, Anil Kakod. And yet he was able to convince everybody else. Now, how many people over here, if we are in such a position, maybe in our own specific organization, not maybe in that particular position, we would have the courage, have the confidence, have the conviction, and say, I think differently. How many of can do that? When we see a different solution or we think differently, can we stand up? When everybody in the room is saying, let's go right, do we have the courage to say, let's explore left? Can we do that? That's something I think Toastmaster helps the members of the clubs to cultivate that mindset. But it starts from listening. We have to listen to other people. We have to listen to what people are saying. Only then we can convince and persuade other people that let's do that. It should not be if somebody is speaking, we are constantly speaking. I want to say this. I want to say this. When will my turn come to say this? We have to understand what the other person is saying. When Anil mentioned that in a piece of tissue paper, what he needs exactly in that particular agreement, he knew, he understood what the Americans are offering. He read through that. He had clarity of thought. He knew what can be the implications if what was being offered just was accepted. He was not buying into that short-term orientation, what was being offered, a boom for the power sector. He was having a long-term strategic vision. And that's where that tagline comes, where leaders are made. Because Toastmasters provide that opportunity both for communicators and leaders to be developed. Now, who can tell me the club mission apart from the staff? District officer or our quiz champ? Want to try? Club mission. Yes, Dheeraj. That's a PhD over there. Give him a warm round of applause. Go back and look at the club mission. What is the word that resonates with you? Each word has been well thought out and written, right? So it is important to be intentional. We are choosing to take membership of Toastmasters. We are choosing to spend 2 hours fortnightly in a Toastmasters meeting. What is your mission? Have you thought about that? Maybe at the outset, you took the membership because you want to overcome the stage fear. You want to invest in networking or maybe some other purpose. From time to time, are you re-looking at that? Are you working towards that goal? Has that goal changed? Or have you forgotten? Just when the time comes, okay, let me renew that membership. Do you still have that drive? Or is it something like a gym membership taken at the beginning, January, when I see couple went for a couple of days, liked it, and then forgotten, right? We have around 54 members, right? So still the number of members are attending here are less. The message is relevant, but the people for whom to take action, I think they are not in the room. So, but it's good to be reminded, even for us to continue. There are going to be times when we think, should we do that? How am I benefiting? That's a difficult question we ask ourselves. And we have to find ourselves before we tell other people, you need to renew or you need to continue. It's an amazing platform. The question is, do you find value in that? That's something I have found value over the last 5 years. Again, and then each year I found some new value, some new benefit, and I have continued the membership. A typical Toastmaster meeting will have 3 structure. That is the prepared speech, the impromptu speech, and the general evaluation. That is the 3 categories in a meeting. You go anywhere in Toastmasters, this is the 3 structure which you will see. Now to conduct today's meeting, I'll need 3 role players, the timer, the hour counter, and the grammarian. Now, when I ask the timer, who has just joined recently, last month, why he has joined Toastmasters, he mentioned to learn the leadership skills like organizing, mentoring by taking roles, and taking other initiatives. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause the timer for the day, Toastmaster Ravi.
Good evening, everyone. So, good evening, fellow Toastmaster of the day, and guests. I am Toastmaster Navi, and today the timer of the day. About time, there is a quote that time is a currency which everyone is always for. It's an entity we cannot have enough of. And for centuries, our scientists are trying to bring scientific gadgets so that our life could be easier, time could be saved. Today we are having washing machine, today we are having car, today we are having aeroplane, emails to save time. But if I ask all of you, have you met a person who really enjoy and have a plenty of pleasurable time? The answer would be no. Because it's a mirror. Cannot never have enough time because time and expenses always expands in the vacuum. So same goes for money as well as time. Whatever and wherever you are, there will be always expenses and the work is always going to be the vacuum between time. Now being the timer of the day, I will be carrying all 3 formats of the speeches. First will be prepared speech, second evaluation, and third evaluation. For prepared speeches, timing differs as per the project, and same would be stated by the evaluator. For the table topic, timing would be 1 to 2 minutes, and for the evaluation, timing would be 2 to 3 minutes. There would be 30 seconds of break at both the ends for prepared speech and evaluation, and for the table topic, there will be only 30 seconds of break at the upper end. Now, to be qualified for the final evaluation, you need to be within the time limit, the right time limit, then what you will consider for the end award ceremony. I will display these 3 cards. The green card I will display at the minimum qualifying time. Then I will display yellow card at the midpoint of qualifying day. And then last I will display red card at the maximum qualifying time. I will present my report when called upon. Till that time, enjoy the show, enjoy your time. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi. We will definitely take that, try to enjoy our time over here. Moving ahead, the role of our counter is being played by a Toastmaster who also joined the Toastmasters, our club, couple of months back. when I asked him the reason for joining Toastmasters is because he want to overcome public speaking and overcome the fear which comes along with it. This particular community appeals to him because he saw great speakers, orators coming over here and speaking, and he looks forward to look ahead to them and take a couple of tricks from them. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause Toastmaster Mono.
Become a better communicator, also is a leader. And a leader never cannot afford to use, cannot afford to use words and sounds that are leaders, because it will not help them to grow the proper implication of their speech. That's why it is often said that whenever the number of, as much as we can minimize our work in our speeches, it will be good speech. So, good evening, Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R order is to note words and sounds that are used as trust or syllables used by every speaker. During the meeting, I will note the number, the extended overused words such as am, where, but, so, and I also note syllables such as I'll also note I will also see that people use repeated words and phrases such as I, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times each speaker is Thank you and over to you.
Moving ahead, the grammarian, when I asked how Toastmasters helped us, she mentioned Toastmasters helped her become more confident, and now she's able to communicate things lucidly in personal and professional life, which also helps to have more effective discussion and stronger family relationships. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause the grammarian Toastmaster Sandhya Shetty.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I'm Sandhya and I'll be the grammarian for today's meeting. My role is to enhance the meeting by focusing on how we are using the grammar and the language. So let me briefly explain you what my role would be in today's meeting. I would be giving you word of the day. So word of the day for today's meeting is lucid. Can someone tell me what lucid means? Correct. Yes. Yeah. So you all are expert. I hope you all use it, which means easy to understand. So I'll just give you an example, like his storytelling, his lucid storytelling was made the speech engaging and easy to follow. The phrase of the day is miss the boat, which means miss an opportunity. He missed the boat to attend investment seminar because he forgot to register on time. So throughout this meeting, I will be focusing on the good and not so good usage of language and grammar. So I will also make a concise report which will focus on the areas of improvement and strength. At the end, I request everyone to use the word of the day and phrase of the day to the maximum. Thank you, everyone. Over to you.
Thank you, grammarian, for that. I was a smart introduction where I got the opportunity to use the word of the day, and I'm sure my name is going to be there the first. Now, moving ahead to prepared speeches to evaluate the first speech. When I asked the evaluator how Toastmasters has benefited her, she said it has helped her to develop public speaking and communication and become more confident when addressing people now. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause Toastmaster Agnel.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
So my target speaker for today is Dheeraj. He's attempting his level 1 project 3 in presentation mastery. The project for today would require him to introduce vocal variety and body language in his speech, which would enhance it further. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
So when I asked Dheeraj, how is Toastmaster helped him, he mentioned it has improved his confidence in public speaking, enabling to present complex idea in simple manner so that people from different background can understand it. In personal front, Toastmasters has helped him to develop friendship in this fraternity. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause Toastmaster Dheeraj. Toastmaster Dheeraj, challenges are fuel. Challenges are fuel. Toastmaster Dheeraj.
I even forgot the title of my speech. He reminded me that challenges are fuel. Good evening, everyone, once again. Let me share with you all 3 incidences of my life that transformed the trajectory of my life. Incident 1, school days. Let's rewind 15 years back, my life. I was a student, not a good student. Sleeping, enjoying, eating was my only routine. I used to feel that passing the school exam is sufficient and one should not vie for topping the exams or getting the rank in the class. And even if you fail in 1 or 2 unit tests, it's okay, because at the end, what matters is that you pass the final exam. So with this approach, I need not to worry about studying for the whole year. And my life was having relaxed, full of fun and no tension at all. But one day, a new student joined my school. And this student's father was having a strong authoritative position in central government. So this boy was having superiority complex. And as soon as he joined the school, he started evaluating and judging students based on marks, awards, and trophies. Me and my friend, having none of this, started feeling jealous of this guy and started avoiding this guy. Contrary to how he evaluates, me and my group was used to evaluate students based on how much fun they are making and how much fearless they are. Because more fearless a student is, the more fun that student will generate. So we used to bring that type of student in our group. So we decided that we will stay away from this newly joined boy. His name was Pritesh Raman. And there was one more reason for staying away from this guy. Because whenever we found this new guy, we found him in a midst of very worried situation. He was always in the midst of question like, which book to refer? Have you completed the assignment? Is that topic tough? And so on. So we were maintaining a distance with this new guy, but I don't know what destiny planned. And anyhow, I myself got into conversation with this guy. As soon as our conversation started, he upfrontly asked me, hey, which book are you referring for vector analysis? And I was like, where is vector analysis in our course? So he laughed at me and replied, vector analysis is first chapter of physics subject. I got irritated because this weak and timid boy making fun of me. I thought in my mind, just one slap is sufficient to rectify this guy. But I remember that his father is holding strong authoritative position in central government. So I tamed down my anger and in a gentle note, I said to him, you're a fool guy. Why are you worrying about such a timid and simple topic? Just few days of study is sufficient to pass this exam. And his next reply changed my whole life. He said, in a bold, he said, you are a failure student. You will not understand how does it feel like to top the class. The way and the tone in which he said this, I felt a very strong pain in my heart. A pain stronger than all the cumulative pain I suffered when I proposed and got rejected from almost all girls in my school. First time I was really upset. Nothing was feeling good to me. Nor my favorite aloo tikki was that delicious. Nor the company of my best friend was entertaining. Even my favorite serious Shaktiman felt boring to me. Only one thing was resonating in my mind continuously. Only one line was revolving in my mind continuously. And it goes like, उसूलों पे आना चाहे तो टकराना जरूरी है धीरज, उसूलों पे आना चाहे तो टकराना जरूरी है धीरज. And it translates to if someone strikes at your principle, if someone undermines your core values, it becomes crucial to confront back. I started studying, reading and reading. My parents felt that what has happened to this carefree guy. My sister felt I am possessed now. My friends, everyone was amazed by this new routine. Every time I am like this. Days passed. Days passed and result came out. I topped the class. So the challenge which this boy threw on me, I used as a fuel to propel myself and to become a better version as a student to improve my academics. Incident 2, PhD. After joining the BRC, my life was cool. Decent salary, enough time, and got a posting in good city, Mumbai. Enough time to enjoy. And I was reporting to my boss, who was in mid-40s, and he was from science background. He was pursuing PhD. So in BRC, there are two types of scientists. One from the science background. For them, pursuing PhD, completing PhD is mandatory. And others are engineers. For them, PhD is not mandatory. And they are given project work, so they have a lot of things. They have to execute the science. So I am an engineer. I need not to worry about going for PhD. But there is one thing that if anyone is from UP, they have tendency of asking awkward questions, and they ask awkward questions even from their boss. So one day I asked from my boss, "Sir, you are putting so much effort, so much stress on completing your PhD. Is it that difficult?" UP guy, awkward question. So my boss, in a very grave and arrogant tone, replied to me, "Completing PhD is not that easy. You have to write multiple chapters on new and novel technology. Not that easy. You have to publish multiple journal paper, international journals. Not that easy. Your thesis should be so appropriate. It will be sent to the foreign university, and the foreign professor will evaluate it. If it's not up to the mark, as par of the latest trend, you will not get the degree. Not so easy." Here, everything was easy. Everything was okay because it is not an easy. I'm not going to do it. By the way, engineer. So everything was okay. I found that yes, it was entertaining to see my boss is irritated at least somewhere. But at the end, I don't know why he said, "तुमसे नहीं हो पाएगा. You will not be able to complete the PhD." And again, same situation, same thing happened. One line resonating in my mind, and I have to do something. उसूलों पे आता है, टकराना पड़ेगा. So I enrolled for PhD and put a lot of hard work. And within a span of 3 years, I published more journal papers than anyone in my group, even the science people, and completed my PhD. My PhD was so good that even the Russians approached me. Scientist Maxim V. Trugov was ready to collaborate with me. Even they were ready to fund from Russian Science Academy. Means the Russian government was ready to fund if I'm ready to go ahead with them with the project. Third incident, Toastmasters. I joined Toastmasters just to polish my speaking skills. But I don't know why from anywhere, one seasoned Toastmaster told me that you will not be a good speaker. Again, same thing happened, and you all know that what's going to happen in the next 6 months. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Dheeraj, for that amazing speech. But let me correct that senior Toastmaster and say that becoming a good speaker is easy. Join Agnel Toastmasters Club. Now, moving ahead, who can share what are the 4 values of Toastmasters? Yeah. Does everybody have ballot for feedback form? Please write the feedback for the speaker. 1 minute for that. I think I'm still in the mood. Last weekend I conduct session for judges still asking for ballot. It's the feedback form. So those who are done with the feedback, what are the 4 values of Toastmaster? But by default, I assume you know. Yes. Or what is the order? And is order important? Is order important? Yes. Right. Integrity, respect, service, excellence. First and foremost is integrity. Like how the first speaker brought in the value system, that what you think is morally correct. No, that's your compass. Sometimes we fail, or there might be persons who say nobody is going to see you. It's your integrity which is. I attended one of the session where in a typical contest, the tiebreaker judge is appointed by chief judge. So in the audience, a member asked, nobody knows in the room. Only the chief judge knows the tiebreaker judge is appointed. So a person asked, what if he doesn't appoint anybody? How will anybody come to know? Nobody will know. That's your integrity as a chief judge, that a person has been appointed. And similarly, respect, service, and excellence. So these are the values which I have learned, and many members learn in the Toastmaster principles. These are the values which the choices, the decisions made by the members, the decisions, they know how my choices and decisions can be guided by values. And this guidance can be taken back to other aspects of our life as well. Who can tell me the 5 core skills which a member typically learns in a Toastmasters platform? 5 core skills. There are many core skills, but 5 is specifically highlighted by the Toastmasters. We'll get back to that after the second speaker. Feel free to Google it out. Meenakshi, what you would like to attempt? No. Confidence, yeah. We will get it back after the second speech. No. There are various, but I'm looking for specifically 5 things which no. All this overlap is required, but there are 5 core competencies which the Toastmasters themselves they promote and they highlight. These are the things which you will see in different paths. Right? The educational program of Toastmasters is called Pathway, and there are 12 paths, and going ahead it is coming down to 6 paths. And 5 core skills they specifically mentioned, and it is highlighted in which path, which skill is there or not there. Now moving ahead to the second evaluator. He has said he finds the Toastmasters as a progressive world, and it has helped him to take the first step towards improving his clarity of speech in communication and overcoming stage fear. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause Toastmaster Rohidas.
Good evening, guests, fellow Toastmasters and Toastmasters of the day. My name is Rohidas Chitte, and my target speaker for the day is Toastmaster Sakshi Borkar. She would be delivering her level 4 speech from the pathway Persuasive Influence. Now, the project's name is Public Relationship Strategy. And the objective of the speech is to present the to practice the skills that are needed for effective public relations skills through people or through a situation. And timer, please note the timing would be 6 to 8 minutes. Best of luck for your speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Now, one more thing which we see in the Toastmaster meeting is applause. But why do we do that? Encouragement, positive environment, inclusiveness, energy, anything else to make yourselves awake. Now, when Rohidas was going down, I saw the applause flowing down. So every time the applause is, the answer is each and everything. But sometimes I have found that when I'm feeling sleepy or my mind is gone, applause is a nice way to bring my attention back to the meeting. And I see a couple of notes. So as the next speaker is coming, I want to see a loud applause. Just wait on, like I've seen all people have got their hands out. The next Toastmaster, so when I asked her how Toastmasters has benefited her, she said it has found more authentic and explore the creative side of herself. Another thing which I personally learned from her is that she always posts on LinkedIn. And I think somewhere we are choosing to invest so much time in Toastmasters, winning so much laurels and accolades, or even just taking our roles. Let's put it out in the world out there that we are choosing to spend our time in personal growth. And that's something I've learned from her. I've seen her doing that consistently over the last 1.5 years. I would like to start that, and I encourage you also to do that. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause, Toastmasters Sakshi. More. Toastmaster Sakshi, from chart to chat. From chart to chat, Toastmaster Sakshi.
And it was master of the day, Master Sunny.
Welcome to Chart Corner. Hello, my name is Sakshi Borkar and I am the Malkin of this shop. Recently, I left my PR professional job and I started a shop, a hypothetical shop known as Chart Corner. So when I started this company, the small shop, I realized that chart is so much similar to PR. This was this one day when I was making Sev Puri. And I realized, oh, this is so similar to preparing a PR strategy. So today, let me take you through this entire strategy as a Malkin of Chart Corner. So when I became this Malkin, I also realized that throughout this journey, I'd become a VPPR at Agnel Toastmasters Club. So in this speech, I will be explaining you how we built a PR strategy during my tenure as VPPR. So first, I need to understand who is going to eat our Sev Puri and what do they want and who is a customer. So here's what I thought of. I realized that Mr. Bean is a perfect example of a person who would like to join Toastmasters Club. Why? Because he could be at the age of 20 to 60 years and he is an all-rounder, because we know that we have seen him, right? Writing exams, we have seen him as a corporate professional, we have also seen him having various jobs and we still don't know what does he do. So basically, a Toastmaster, an ideal Toastmaster can be anyone with any profession. We would like to prefer a person who stays nearby, maybe in Navi, Mumbai. And obviously, have you ever seen Mr. Bean speaking? Have you ever heard him speaking? Big, only big. Do you think that he was scared of stage fright and that's why he couldn't say it? Well, I feel so. So I feel Toastmasters would be the right place for him to improve his public speaking because he never spoke. Also, we never saw him with any friends, right? He always stayed alone. So I feel that this would be a perfect place for him to network with other people. And we have seen him cooking that big chicken and then, burning it up. So we also know that he has deep desire for personal growth. So with that, now that we know who is our target audience, let's come to the base, the structure of every chart, that is the Puri. And for me, the structure was the content calendar that we built during this tenure. So we had this content calendar made at the start of every month. And me and my team, we used to come together, we used to sit and we used to decide what were the meeting dates, who would be posting it, and the entire campaign was planned here. So now that the Puri, the structure is ready, we would go to the next part. That is the Aloo, the message. Now, how many of you would prefer ragda ka masala? Dahi. Oh, okay, nice. Some would also prefer bundi, right? So in that way, the aloo may differ, as in the message would differ with respect to the purpose. So that's what we did. We also changed the message as per the purpose. At the start of the meeting, at the start of the month, we would have a monthly calendar go on with the meeting date. Then we would have meeting posters before the meeting that would be released 1 week or in mid of the week. Then we would have member introduction, birthday posters to encourage our members, then club achievements and contest winner posters as well. So these were all the different kind of messages that we used to have ready before the start of the month. And then now comes the spices. Not everyone likes too spicy, right? Some like soda sa spicy, some mid spicy, and some over spicy. So that's what we did. We selected channels, and these are the 3 channels that we use for public relations. First one was WhatsApp. This was like a concentrated strategy where we would be only targeting our members of the club. Then Instagram, where we would be targeting the generic audience, the overall audience, and then comes the LinkedIn, where we're targeting working professionals. Now comes the secret ingredient. The puri is done, the aloo is done, the spices are done. What can be that next secret ingredient? Can you guess? Chutney. And what could be that PR element? Yeah, so what can be that PR element which we need, which can resonate to chutney? Because let's say chutney is not there, so the entire thing is bland, right? Creativity. Yes, perfect. So as you know, as you can see, that chutney relates to creativity. So being a PR professional, we need to ensure that there is some chutney, some spice, some masala, and that add a flavor we can only have to creativity. Here you can see that we try to do this through various things. One, we used to post reels to engage our audience. Then we posted a poster where we didn't reveal who are the MOCs. Then there you can see we have an egg in between, that is an omelette in stories. So that is a hint of creativity where we try to add. And then comes the taste test. We need to taste test. So we actually need to taste test to understand if the sev puri is made right or not. Okay, what is the feedback? Any chaat masala come thoda? Okay, perfect. So with this, we also understand that we need to monitor the entire implementation that we have done as a PR professional. So here we monitored. We used to go through the analytics after every 2 months to check how we are doing and what kind of content is working and what kind of content is not working. So as per our understanding, what I realized that the reels were doing great. So we need to make more reels, and the posters were doing okay. So we need to maybe improve it in some other way. So now that we have this dish ready and you have tasted it, all the elements are important, but the people who made it are also important. So in my case, I had a team. I had my buddies, my sweet buddies. I had Toastmaster Dhwani, Toastmaster Mahima, who were my buddies who helped me in this entire implementation. And along with that, I also had Toastmaster Meenakshi and Toastmaster Libby, who helped me and guided me in throughout this PR strategy. They were the ones who gave me feedback. And now that we know that sev puri and PR strategy can be as flavorful, we need to also understand that we make sev puris to win everyone's heart. And that's what the PR strategy must also do. It must also win every person's heart. It must resonate with them. It must create that awareness and build trust. So now that we know that PR strategy is as flavorful as sev puri, please join me in my chart to chart corner shop next time. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmaster Sakshi for that amazing puri which only I got. That is the benefit of sitting in the first bench. So how many people, whenever you go to the room, avoid sitting in the first bench? Yes. At least yeah.
We used to, but now we
After getting the missing the puri. You cannot talk. So I had the privilege of being part of demo meetings, and every time the attendees have the opportunity. But whenever I used to go, the first 3 rows are empty, right? Even for things where we are volunteering, how we want to spend the time, there is always that subconscious this that we don't want to sit in front. We'll go and sit in back, maybe something not interest, right? We might think we want to be part of it, we want to learn, we want to grow. But if we look at our actions, what is happening? We are not giving our 100%. Be honest with ours, right? Somewhere when we are walking into a room where we want to spend our time, but we are in sync with our intention that we want to grow. If the intention was, yes, this is something I think will be beneficial for me, I will sit in front. This is something I think I will benefit by sitting in front, right? Now coming to chart, let me share a small anecdote. Last, I think, couple of months back, a fellow Toastmaster's son's wedding was there and he had invited me over. There was chart as well over there. And I found that the chart was very spicy. And somehow I said that it's very spicy and can I have a little bit sweeter? I never thought I would say that. That's again communication. How many times in our life we are uncomfortable with a situation, yet we say it's okay. That's something I again learned over Toastmasters. Going with the friends to the chart corner Toastmasters where they used to say, this is less spicy, we need more spicy, or this is not sweet enough, we need more sweet. These are the things which we cannot say openly, okay, in a public. No, this is a benefit, but these are the implicit benefits which we see in our daily life. Having that confidence to speak out in situations or moments which are not comfortable for us. Now the third evaluator, when I asked her, she is a timid, introvert, and a fearful girl. Now, after joining Toastmasters, she became amiable, fearless, and confident. It has taught her there is nothing wrong in going wrong. Every time we go wrong, we learn something. Toastmasters has helped her to turn a completely new leaf as she started her career as a mentor to teach public speaking and communication to kids. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause Toastmaster Parita.
Very good evening, everyone. Today, my target speaker is a 7th speaker of our club, that is Toastmaster Meenakshi Ranganathan. She is pursuing the Pathway Mentor Program. The project name is Mentoring. The objective of her speech is to apply good mentoring skills during a long-term mentoring commitment. Timer, please note, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Meenakshi.
When I asked Toastmaster Meenakshi, she said, Toastmaster is a personal space of getting to experiment various styles of speeches, humorous speech, table topics, and now she's also getting into new things, experimenting. Currently, she is part of district PR team as well. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause Toastmaster Meenakshi. Toastmaster Meenakshi, mentor or tormentor? Mentor or tormentor? Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Mentoring is a brain to pick, a ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, and everybody who's been on a mentoring journey. I would like to ask you, who is a mentor? One at a time. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes, definitely. So a mentor is anybody who's been on the journey before you. He's an expert in that particular field. He's someone who's going to push you in the right direction. The mentor will not use words like you can do it. The words used will be let's do it. Meaning that the mentor is with you through thick and thin in that journey together. A mentor provides active listening, provides feedback, gives you criticism when you need it the most. I want to share with you a story of way back in 2020, even before COVID, when I had attended a Toastmasters meeting over here for the first time. And I was in awe to see the speaker who was on stage on that day. That was none other than DTM Ankit Dasgupta. And I thought to myself, oh wow, what a speaker. And very coincidentally, immediately when I joined a few months later, I was paired with him as a mentor. He was my mentor at that point in time. He would guide me through thick and thin of each and everything. I would ask him very silly questions which seemed like, oh, did I ask him that? What is a tag role? What are the 11 paths and what should I take? So he sat with me based on my career orientation, sat with me and told me this particular pathway is what is relevant for you. He used to give me feedback on my speeches, each and every feedback on each and every speech. And now we all know that he is now the district director of District 98. So it just means that even though we are not on a daily talking terms maybe, but he still continues to be a source of inspiration. So a quote that comes to my mind when I say this, when a student is ready, the mentor appears. And when the student is completely ready, the mentor disappears. And that is exactly what has happened to me. Because he had the confidence in me that probably I don't need him throughout. I want to share with you one more story of my experience as part of Mentor Me India. Mentor Me India is an NGO which helps to mentor children from underprivileged backgrounds. Back in 2018, when I was part of this program for 1.5 years, I was paired with a mentee named Sneha. She was 9 years old at that point in time. Mind you, this is a mentoring program, not a tuition teacher. I was not her tuition teacher. I was not her coach. I was her mentor, which meant that she would come and talk to me lucidly about things which probably she would not be able to talk to anybody else, not her parents, not her school teachers. Issues like bullying or menstrual hygiene or violence or things at home, poverty, issues at home is something that we would talk about. But I had to make it very candid to her because she was 9 years old, mind you. These are very sensitive issues and they come from very sensitive backgrounds. And at that point in time, I learned a lot from her. I was the mentor, but I felt like I am the one who is learning in this journey. Back to Toastmasters. I have continued being Toastmaster for more than 4 years. And now, as an active member, I have had a number of mentees in and out in the Toastmasters journey. Currently, I have 6 active mentees in the club. And each and every time that I look at a mentee, I feel that something is completely different, which is not a standard template that I use for all the mentees. The mentees have taught me patience. They have taught me that everyone is curious, have a mentee in a different way. They are curious. I need to be answering their questions. But at the same time, I also have a few questions for them, whether they are going to answer my questions. Influence. Each and every one of them has had an influence on me. And I would want to go in detail about each and every one of those mentees, 3 of whom are present here today. So I have to be careful of what I'm saying. We all know Sakshi is very creative. The previous speech showed that she is the height of creativity. She's been the VPPR of the club. Also Dhwani. Dhwani has been the PR buddy, and she also reeks of creativity. So the way I deal with them for their speeches have to be different. My feedback has to be different so that I don't cut down on their creativity. Each speech will have a sepuri or a batata or a tomato, and I should not be one cutting that out. The other two examples that I can give are Toastmaster Raghav and Toastmaster Kalyan Kumar. We all know that both of them are hardcore salespeople. Once they come here on the stage and start pitching, we will buy whatever it is that they're selling. So their speeches have to bring out that kind of passion. The persuasion has to come out in their speeches. Next, I have Toastmaster Rashmi. Toastmaster Rashmi, I feel, is a perfectionist. Even today, you would have observed, she came, read out the speech objective. Then she realized that she's missed the time. She came back and said 5 to 7 minutes. She's not the ones with a chalta hai type attitude, theek hai, forgotten. No, she is the one with the T. And lastly, Toastmaster Ruchi. She is someone who's going to take feedback to the fullest. If I give her XYZ feedback, I know for a fact that the next draft of her speech is going to be that XYZ incorporated. So these are some of the qualities that I have picked up from my mentoring journey. Now coming to the most important thing which I have left for the last. The important thing is that I cannot be controlling each and every one of them. I should be the one to learn to let go in this process. For example, Neha, I would tell her that, hello, tomorrow's your maths exam and you're playing. No, I shouldn't be the one controlling her. And whether I controlled each of these mentees, whether I was a mentor or a tormentor, it's for them to decide. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenakshi, for bringing another amazing benefit of Toastmaster. Right. It's a journey in Toastmasters. Many of us, everyone join as a mentee and later on become a mentor. That is again a huge benefit. Again, when we look for the promotion or growing up the corporate ladder, having that potential of how to be a good mentee and eventually how to be a good mentor. Toastmasters provides that platform to do it. Beautifully depicted by the speech. Coming back, what were the 5 core competencies? Confidence? No. Management? 4th and 5th point. 4th is management, 5th is confidence. 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Public speaking. 2 more. Management, he said. Interpersonal communication. Yes. Before we cut off a bit, anybody saw the old movie, The Karate Kid? Right? Everybody's seen that, a lot of cases. In that, you remember where the hero, he is made to do a lot of codes around the house. And finally, he comes to the master and asks, like, you're making me work so hard. I came here to study karate. This is not beneficial for me. Similarly, in Toastmasters, we are coming, we are taking roles, we are spending the time. But when asked, we are not even aware of the 5 core competencies we are developing. When people ask us, what is it that we learn from Toastmasters? These 5 things would be a good place to start to tell others and remind ourselves that this is why we keep on renewing our membership as well as why we started our membership. With that, we'll have a around 10-minute break. So we'll see you guys. Tea is outside. We'll quickly go back and come. Public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, confidence and management. क्या बात है मीनाक्षी को नहीं आता कुछ. Amazing speech, Meenakshi.
Confidence or
Masters, she got to meet amazing people with a positive attitude from diverse background. She had recently made more than 100 people dance to her tunes on the elements, and she is planning to start her own academy. So do reach out to her. Please help me welcome a warm round of applause to Toastmaster.
We had a wonderful prepared speech session. In life, do we always get a chance to prepare before we speak? Do we? Suddenly, our boss asked to present an issue in front of all of the experts. Suddenly, professor asked to speak on a topic. Suddenly, meet your boyfriend or girlfriend's parents and you want to impress them. In all such situations, you might not be prepared, but you want to speak well, right? So how can we prepare ourselves for such situations? One solution is regularly participating in table topics. Welcome to the table topic session. What happens here? You volunteer to participate. I, as table topic master, will give you topics and you have to speak for just 1 minute. Regular participation in table topics develops impromptu speaking skills. It helps us to train to quickly think, organize, and express our thoughts. So I request everyone to please participate, especially guests. You are here to improve your communication skills. So don't miss this board. The timing guidelines are you have to speak for minimum 1 minute and maximum 2 minutes. At 1 minute, the timer will show green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, yellow card, and at 2 minutes, red card. That means you have to stop. However, you will be given an additional 30-second grace period. But no indication will be given that you have crossed 2 minutes 30 seconds. And if you cross, you'll be disqualified for both. Before we start, one tip. Try to have an opening, body, and conclusion enhancing speech. So shall we start? Yes. To start with, I would request an experienced Toastmasters come on stage and take the first topic so that the guests can understand better. So who would like to come? An experienced Toastmaster. So since everyone's requesting Dharmesh, I'm also requesting Dharmesh. Toastmaster Dharmesh. What was your first impression when you attended your first Toastmaster meeting? How do you feel about Toastmasters now? How has your perspective changed? What was your first impression when you attended your first Toastmaster meeting? And how do you feel about Toastmasters now? How has your perspective changed?
It was a year back when I first attended my first Toastmaster meeting in the family. And I was greeted by Libby, and she welcomed me for the meeting. So it was a wonderful experience when I saw a lot of speakers speaking, and that day I told that I also took part in table topics and told that if I could spend some time here and be as good as Sanish and Vidya, if you remember, that I would be learn table topics as they could speak. That is what I said that day. And today, I will not say that I have achieved all those things, but I can say that I am on the path, on the right path, where I am learning and improving daily. And earlier I used to mix up words and I had a lot of fear about stage fear and speaking on the spot. So now at least I have some courage to speak for at least a minute, and that's what I can do.
And this time it is the first person to come on stage. So big round of applause. request a guest to come on stage. I would request a guest to come on stage. Shashank, your topic is share a funny, embarrassing, or positive moment of communication you had with someone. Share a funny, embarrassing, or positive moment of communication you had with someone.
Hello everyone. Actually, the topic given is very means need to thought about it, because as long as we think for in means communicating in mother tongue, I don't feel anyone has some sort of such incident in their life. But if we can say communicating in English, right now we are here for that only, actually, to improve our communication. And as far as long, to be very frank, I don't remember any such incident. So the topic given is very difficult.
So you can talk about why communication is important.
Yeah, why communication is important, that is very topic actually. For why communication is important, we can say that communication is what we thought about communication. What is communication? Communication is exchange of thoughts. What I think is, so in exchange of thoughts, we need to first analyze ourselves, what we have to deliver, choose right words, and also get a feedback from the receiver that whether they are getting right things, what we expected to be, means what we expected to be communicated. So communication is a medium. That language we use is a medium to transfer our thoughts. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your name is Shashank. Thank you for sharing your views. One important aspect of communication is the ability to convince others. And we use it in different areas like marketing, sales, HR, leadership, relationship. I feel that Toastmasters helps us to develop this skill. Like Vice President membership tries to convince guests to join. Vice President education convinces the members to take roles and different roles. So let's touch on this aspect, convincing. So I want 2 volunteers for this topic. 2 volunteers, yeah, please. One guest and 1 member. Guest and 1 member. 1 guest and 1 member, quickly. 1 member, I want. You're a guest or member? Yes, we'll go for the next. I want 1 member with us. So it's a role play with a twist. One of you is a maid or a cook, and the other is an employer. Okay. So try to be in character, crazy, and creative. So since who would like to be the maid or the cook? Okay. For that theme. Okay, you are the cook. Okay. So the scenario is, she as an employer feels that no, it's 2 years he's working with you and you want to give him raise in salary. Okay, so you can't, but he feels it's not the right time. So you have to convince him. Yes, you have to convince him to take that raise, and you have to convince him it's not the right time. I don't want that raise in salary. Okay, so the time is starts. The time starts out with us and your name, Shantanu.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Hi. Why are you late today? It's the 3rd consecutive day I'm telling you are getting late every day. It's just not right.
Sorry, ma'am.
How is your daughter?
She's fine.
So I heard she's preparing for her engineering exams, right?
Yes, she's really working hard for that.
So you were telling me that you wanted to get her into Fiji for her preparation.
And we are trying, ma'am. We're trying to get some money from my relatives so that.
Why do you want money from your relatives? You're working. You should sponsor her. She's such an intelligent girl.
Exactly, ma'am. But I do not have enough funds. I'm just trying to work on.
How much money do you need?
75,000.
Okay. And you have to pay it in one go or it's installment?
It's an installment.
I think it's been 2 years. I can give you a raise provided you will come daily and on time.
Come on time, ma'am. But thank you, ma'am. I'm getting late.
No, why are you getting late?
I'm just trying to testing and
Listen to me. Listen, I think we've had this conversation. Every day we get late. So I can give you a raise from this month, but you have to come on time and you cannot take any leave, any holiday whatsoever. I'm very clear on that. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. You should say yes. You just have to work hard.
I cannot believe myself at this moment, ma'am. I was just thinking how to manage.
No
I
problem.
found God within you that you are able to help me. Thank you so much.
So okay, fine. From next month, I will increase your pay by 5,000 every month so that you can get your daughter admitted, and I hope she does well.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I will do the rest additional work also here and no anything additional for that.
That's a good way to raise the money, get what you want. Okay, now one guest and one member. 50. One member, yeah, please come. Yeah, we have him. You come and then we'll give her chance in the next. Okay, so again, this is convincing. We have Rashmi and your name? Ajay. Okay, here the scenario is different. One of you is an honest citizen and the other is traffic policeman. Okay, who would like to be the honest citizen and honest traffic policeman? Okay, honest citizen. So the scenario is, by mistake he broke the traffic rule, and he being an honest citizen, he wants to go for the punishment. But today our traffic policeman is in no mode because he is in happy mode and lazy mode, so he doesn't want to give punishment. Okay, so you have to convince the traffic policeman that I made a mistake, I need punishment, and you have to convince it. Okay, 1 minute. We'll have some. This is your. Over to you.
Yes. I break the rule, so I will pay for it. So yeah, can file a challenge.
Can you see the traffic light? Huh? This is your father's road.
I'm saying I'm going to pay for it.
But what made you break the light?
Yeah, I'm in urgency. I have to attend some patient in the hospital. So that's the reason I made it. I made the mistake. So you can check my past record as well. Right? Anytime I have broke the rules, you can check my past record. That is fine.
No, but it is about today. You said that you want to see a
So
patient.
tomorrow also it can happen with you.
Every day.
No, actually, for now I can pay the money for which you will file for the challenge. That is fine.
I don't want the money. I don't want the challan.
I can give the challenge and extra money.
Driving the officer, do you know
I
what?
used to pay across police traffic police.
Do you think I am corrupt? I look like corrupt.
Can we? I want to have.
But I am not in any of this. I am not.
You can come with me.
a dinner date and no.
Some other. Today I have urgent work, so I'm in medical situation, so let me go.
Okay, so as a goodwill gesture, I let you go today, but please do not repeat this mistake.
Yeah, sure.
Ajit. So you missed the boat, Ajit, of going for a dinner date. Do we agree with someone every time? No, we have disagreements. But communication is how we present our disagreements. And I feel Toastmasters kind of help us to present our disagreement in a positive manner. So let's dive into some debating. So I want again 2 volunteers. You want to come? Yeah, please come. I would require a male and next who would like to go? You? Who? Ravi. Ravi, yeah, come please. Okay. So Toastmaster Parita and Toastmaster Ravi, it's a debate. You will go for and against. Men should move to their wife's home and live with their wife's family after marriage. Men should move to their wife's home and live with their wife's families after marriage. Toastmaster Parita and Toastmaster Ravi. So first and foremost, have you got yourself into the role? I mean, are you married? That's nice. So, are you staying with your parents? So, are you staying with your wife's parents?
No, I'm staying. Is it like a personal question?
What is actually? A conversation, and I definitely thought. Okay. So, and definitely that after marriage, a male should go and stay with the wife and the wife's family and not with his own parents, because for a lady it is really difficult to get accustomed to the custom, rituals, tradition, khana, pina, everything.
So truth is that for centuries we have been trying to get that done.
So,
and we tried many times, but were not well accepted.
So why not you take a first step and get that?
So what happens if I move to your home? So your mom and dad, both of them will have a BP of 120, and that will increase the medical cost at your family. For sure. So that's the one reason I can think of right now.
On the other hand, if the girl moves to the guy's house and it's a trauma for a girl herself, it's always better for a boy too, because girl has to, give away her dreams.
It's not only trauma for you, it's learning for us also to have a patience class. So we hardly get any chances to have this patience or go to mud where we can be in the situation where you need to develop that skill. And then if people come to our life and then we get the path to go to become even sannyasi someday. If we be on that path someday, we can go to sannyasi as well.
Okay, so to end or to wrap up, I would definitely again give you this opportunity that you have already into the whole. Please try to move to your wife's house, stay for some time, and share us the experience. How was it? Thank you. One more debating. I request guests to join in for the debating session. Yeah. Anyone else? Because I want 2 volunteers. Yeah, fine. So we'll have you next because we can have one member at one. Okay. So your topic is very simple. You go for cup ice cream and you go for corn ice cream. Cup ice cream and go. You have to debate on which one is better, cup ice cream or cone ice cream. Hey, hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Do you like ice creams?
Yeah, sometimes.
So shall we go and have a cup of ice cream?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So would you like to have a cup of ice cream or cone? What is your preference? But why cone? Because when you start eating, it will melt and all your hands get dirty. So it's better if you have it in cup.
Right, but that feels like we're eating ice cream. It is not getting our hand dirty by eating it. So ice cream, no, just to taste well, no?
Yeah, but while walking, you will not have enough water to clean your hands. So it's better you have a cup.
I always carry my napkin with me. And when
Yeah,
because
but the
from a
napkin
childhood,
will
no,
get dirty
from
and
the
then it starts stinking, right? If you keep it for a long time.
I understand. From childhood, no, it's a kind of thing, no? Try to get old things, no, and enjoy very well, no?
But I think we are mature now, so we should stop doing all this.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. Let's think on it, but that I can imagine, no, that hands should not get dirty, but we'll prefer cone only, not go for cup.
Okay, then we'll go separately and I'll go to some other, so you go to some other. I would like to accompany people who will have a cup of ice cream with them. So better luck next time.
But next time, no? No, I'll stay with the cone.
Better is to go apart. That is storytelling is an art and it enhances communication. I feel Toastmasters helps us to master that art. So let's go for some storytelling. I want 4 volunteers here. So we can have guests. How many guests who have not spoken? 1. Okay. Okay. No, you have also not spoken. Yeah, you can also. And while I want 4 people, okay, so 2 members can join. So while they are coming on stage and settling, everyone please quickly think about name, place, animal thing in your mind. Okay, I'll tell why. Name, place, animal, any letter, name, place, animal. Okay. So I want 2 more volunteers who has not participated in table topics yet. Role plays can also come. Ravindra, please come. We have more. Okay, please. Aditya, Monodeep, distinguished director Ravindra, and we have your name, Ramesh. Please come. Okay, storytelling. You 4 have to build the story. Okay, we'll get around 30 to 40 seconds each. So please, timer it is 3 minutes. Time is 2 to 3 minutes. Now, how the story will move ahead? I will ask anyone. It's an example. If I ask name and someone says Drishya, so I'll just give it to you as Drishya. You have to build a story for 30, 40 seconds. You have to use that word. After 30, 40 seconds, I'll ask somebody else and I'll say place. Suppose I say Vashi. So that means next you have to continue with that story. But in that 30, 40 seconds, you have to use that word. Okay, similarly understood. Then I ask someone else animal. Then that word you have to use in your story. So
First 2 words or the word?
no, so when I say name and give it to him, he will use. Then when I say the next, suppose place, then only the place thing you have to use. When I say animal, then the next volunteer has to use. I hope you understood how the story will go. So it's 2 to 3 minutes, around 30, 40 seconds each. Okay, so I hope you all have in mind everything. Meenakshi, think. I want to say animal. Ready? I want to say animal. Okay, fine. Dheeraj, think.
Name, place, what?
Think, anything. Okay, Parita, think. Mobile.
Yeah, mobile phone.
It's a storytelling. It's a story. You have to create a story.
Just dragon.
Okay, we'll come later. You start with the mobile.
Okay. Why mobiles came up? The reason is distance relation. Phones are very expensive, and when you're traveling, people could not talk to each other. So, first, Nokia came up with a mobile phone, and Samsung. They said to let people talk with each other while traveling, while moving.
Animal. Penguin.
Penguins are generally.
You have to continue the story. Please remember it's a story then.
Penguins are found in oceans and in the ice area, but to connect to them through mobile cities not possible. Although you can carry your mobile phone to take pictures of the penguins in that area, and of course nowadays you can see a lot of penguins also listen to human beings also. In that case, we get all the knowledge from mobile phone only to see how to deal with penguins. In that case, you can learn a lot of things from mobile phone and educate yourself how to deal with the penguins in that area.
Okay, Sakshi, Blaze, name, Mr. B.
So now, since we know there are many penguins having long distance relationships, we flew all the way down to Antarctica to meet these penguins, take photographs of these penguins who could not communicate otherwise. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, Dharmesh, place.
Dombivali. So definitely penguins are not available in Dombivali. Dombivali with the mobile phones. So Dombivali is a very fast growing location in Mumbai, and there are so many schools are there. Chaitanya, their schools are there in Dombivali. So definitely Dombivali is a very fortune good city, becoming a good city in Mumbai. So mobile phones, you can connect them to the mobiles to the people out there in Dombivali. Anyhow, that's it.
Penguins and mobiles and Dombivali. Do we have one more topic? We can take one more, right? So again, storytelling. I want two people. Yeah. Or we can have 4 people as well who have not participated the same way. Okay, come, sir. Yes, actually. One more. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be. Okay, fine. So I need Meenakshi, Sakshi, and it should be a picture wala story. Okay, so here again storytelling, but here I will show objects, and you have to, like, as I show objects, you have to start building the story, and that thing should be there. And then when I show another object, you have to continue with that story and use that. Okay, so let's see what I have in my guitar. It's again 2 to 3 minutes. So, timer, are we ready?
Just a second. Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Where is it? 2 minutes. You see from here? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, start. Apple a day keeps a doctor away is the first thing that I remember. But yeah, who actually happens? My God, every people around. What I love the most is seeing it from away, far away. It's not to be eaten so much. It's too much healthy for me, so I can't process it all.
thing that I look at a spoon and think of it as that you can't eat apple with a spoon. But long ago, when we were in school, there used to be this competition of lemonade spoon, and we all had to participate. It was a only girls competition, and I was there, the shortest one among all the girls, and I had to hold a spoon with a lemon in my mouth, and I had to cross to the finish line. And while I was doing that, I was actually slipped by other person, and I had to fall over there. And that is how I got injured. But then during that race, I decided that let's not race, let's dance with that as a lungi. So I decided, and that's how with the spoon in my mouth and the lemon on it. And, that was the biggest stuff until I decided that no, I need to change the position. It is very difficult for me. I cannot run. I cannot win. Okay. See.
And the movement, struggling with the lungi to do the lungi dance and carrying the spoon. Suddenly, my friend who had put the leg at the beginning and made me fall, suddenly passed on to the stick. It's true when they said that friendship and enmity never stays the same. Just 2 minutes back, he tried to put me down by putting his leg in between, but suddenly he gave me the stick so that I can balance myself. So in life also, we don't know, the things keep on changing. We don't have to stick on to the emotion or the past experiences which we had. It may be bad, but going ahead, if we always keep an open hand, the new relationship can be formed.
Thank you so much. We had storytelling, convincing, and all that. I hope you all enjoyed. I enjoyed, and we learned also something at least. Thank you for participating. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for that amazing session, and how the timer said, I think we had a very good and fun time. Now we will move on to the third segment, that is the gender evaluation. And this will be conducted by a Toastmaster who is currently division and director. He has been a Toastmaster for around 8 years. He enjoys going to different places and also taking the snaps. He also enjoys listening to Carnatic music. Please help me welcome with a warm round of applause, distinguished Toastmaster.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. हम पढ़ गए. साक्षी चाट टिकाना चाहिए था यार. Yes. For the benefit of the guests who will come, this gender evaluation section is basically a section wherein the gender evaluator starts his task right at the beginning. When the sergeant at arms comes here, he starts the meeting, and he concludes the section of gender evaluation. That's his job. Today, during the meeting, whatever has happened will come in my report. Okay. So this section of gender evaluation has got again 3 parts. One is the evaluators evaluation. They give the evaluations. Second is the tag team, that is the timer, our counter, and the grammarian. They come here and give the report of how the session has happened. Who all have given a lot of ahs, use the word of the day. Lucidius. Is it Lucidius? Lucid. Okay. So that is the second part, and the third part is my report of the overall session. To start with, let me call upon the evaluator. The first evaluator for the speaker, Toastmaster their speech, Toastmaster Rashmi.
Good evening once again.
Good evening once again. So my target speaker for today was Dheeraj, who was attempting his speech and trying to incorporate vocal variety and body language in his speech. So to begin with the evaluation, Dheeraj, I must say that you are such a lucid storyteller. You really transport us back to the days about what you're talking. So I really went back to those days. I imagined the setup wherein we have a good boy or a different guy who comes from a school, and then he changes the way how we were operating. So your story had good structure. You said that you would be talking about the 3 phases of your life. So it was the school life, your PhD, and then the Toastmasters. So basically, when you have a structure and when you clearly call it out, in the mind, everyone is structured to listen to these different types of stories. So that really helps. Your story had good humor in it. So every phase that you spoke about, there was humor. The audience was enjoying. It was we all were engaged in your story, which really helps. Talking about the purpose of the speech. So the ask of this speech today was that you introduce vocal variety in body language. So to talk about the vocal variety, I like the way how you changed voice. So there were characters in your story, each of the phases. So there was a boy, a new boy that we were talking about. So the change of voice that we had when the boy was talking. Similarly, during PhD days, the way how you question your boss and the answer of this was in a different voice. So that change of voice actually has led to you completing the purpose of the speech or meeting the purpose of the speech. Few of the suggestions or recommendations that I would have, which will help you improve your speech. So I would want you to introduce more body language. So I would say that your speech had good vocal variety, but body language was somewhere missing. So I would challenge you to, for your next speech, if you can introduce more body language in it. So I wouldn't say that the purpose is not met, but more body language considering your experience in the business. Also, the second recommendation that I have is, I would suggest cut down on the walking on the stage, because that's a distraction for the audience. Because your speech is very good, your storytelling is very nice, but sometimes this constant walking distracts you. So overall, a good speech, you have a very good storytelling, you have met the purpose of the speech with the vocal variety. The next step is challenging you with a good body language, a speech which would involve more body language to it, and the walking. Thank you so much.
Moving on to the second speaker, that is Sakshi's speech. Let's welcome Toastmaster Rohidas.
Good evening, everyone. I am trying to put down my papers, and today is my last day at Agnel Toastmasters. Because my target speaker, Sakshi, convinced me there is so much of potential starting a chart business. Amazing speech, real work hard. You collected so much of data. One word I would sum up to say what I really liked about your speech is your intentions. The hard work, so many slides were there, and it had got so many content. You really ensured that everything appears on those slides. Though you brought to physical save puri, that was very innovative. I never thought that a speaker could get something to eat. Though they were two save puris, believe me, everyone has tasted that save puri from you. You showed the slide where we had got Mr. Bean staying at Navi, Mumbai. I was worried if you would have mentioned Sandpada or Panvel as a residence. So amazingly prepared. Things that really catch the audience was your clarity on the speech, your physical appearance, the way you're saying, it's my chart counter. You're attracting them. You are able to connect the audience very clearly. So yes, clarity in the speech. Your purpose of the speech was public relationship strategies. I would say you really did justice towards this, that, because every PPT you prepared was very clearly explained by you. You added some question to it. So yes, connection with the audience was completely observed over there. And chutney, you compared chutney with the creativity over there. So it was C and C.
So a lot of creativity was seen over there. Alu was the message that he used, I remember. And you acted that you're the owner of the store. Believe me, create a section in your cupboard. Make some space in your cupboard because you really own the stage, and one day you will have a big trophy that you could keep on that particular section of your cupboard. Now, with reference to the feedback, I really had got one feedback in my mind, but I don't wish to give you that at this moment. I will give that personally because Sardar maine aapka namak khaya.
Coming to the last speech of Toastmasters Meenakshi, let's put your hands together to welcome Toastmasters.
Good evening, one and all. Today, my target speaker stole my heart with her speech because I could resonate each and every word that she told for mentoring, for mentors, as I am also a mentor of many children. And she hooked us from the start till the end. I will let you know how. She put up the question in front of all of us, who is a mentor? And we all started racking our brains for the answer that we could give. Moving on, she shared perfect 3 examples of mentoring. Her journey with her mentor Ankit Das, then she herself as a mentor, and moving on, her experience as for mentoring were the 3 lovely examples that she shared with all of us. Her body language, her vocal variety, her presence on the stage was all felt by all of us. Coming to the recommendations. Firstly, how many of you sitting here know the meaning of tormentor? Can I see the raise of hand? Mentor, torment. Okay, quite a few people over here do not know the meaning of the word tormentor, which means mentors who are impelling or compelling their mentees to perform or to give the results, which is not the right kind of mentoring. Thus, that meaning should have been conveyed at the start of the speech for us to get more connected to your speech. Secondly, she gave us the 3 examples of mentoring. All 3 were the good examples of mentoring. Rather than the 3 good examples of mentoring, 1 good example of mentoring, other good example of mentoring, and 3rd good example of tormentor. Like, what are the consequences if you are a tormentor would have given you? Like, what are the results of the mentees would have given you? Would have given us the right picture of what would the mentees be suffering through. Like, if you are strict, the mentees suffer. They are not motivated. They are discouraged. This picture in center, which was a result-oriented takeaway by her, controlling is wrong, was not being fairly given. That picture, if she would have given with a story, would have really been a different picture altogether. Overall, in a nutshell, captivating speech, lovely examples of good mentoring or good mentor, top-notch vocal variety, plethora of good words and idioms, but 1 good example of tormentor would have been a game changer for the speech. Thank you.
Thank you, evaluators. Moving on to the next section of this section, that is calling upon the timer.
So everyone is very within limit. It's just for everyone. So if you need to write, you can write it down.
So Dheeraj, you can write 7:26, 7 minutes 26 seconds. Sakshi 8:23. Meenakshi 7:17. Rasmi 2:50. Rohida 2:21. Parita 3:21. And then table topic. Dharmesh 1 minute 7 seconds. Sasank 1:24. Then dual 2:7. And next two. Then Ravi and Parita 2:22. Next 1:40. Next. There are 3 members. So sequence. So next is Ramesh, Ravindra 3:5. And last 2:23. So I hope that you understand it. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Ravi, for the detailed timings of all the speakers and things. Moving on to the next. Can we have the R counter? First, Professor Monodeep.
Okay, wonderful videos. We have seen the prepared speeches as well as the table topics, and mostly in the prepared speeches, there is no as such crutch words or filler terms used by any of the speakers. They were all so good. Even the evaluators also very good. But I'll come back again. We have often seen that whenever the R counter presents the report, the prepared speeches has significantly less number of crutch words or filler terms as compared to the table topics. The reason is whenever the table topics are being taken, the brain also needs to work in that way, and we have to frame the sentence or you have to frame the words, correct words. So it takes little time. For that, we use these filler words such as are. So that is the reason where mostly the table topic uses these filler sounds. But you can always improve to become a better speaker. And when an R counter in a Toastmasters club always helps you to know where you need, how many R or you have used so that you can improve in the next speeches. So I'll give you my today's report. In prepared speeches, almost everybody has done significantly well. There is no doubt on that. And still, I have noted Toastmaster Dheeraj has used only one and, one but and one so. Toastmaster Sakshi has used only one arm. Toastmaster Rashmi has used only one arm. Toastmaster Rohidas has used 2 arms and 1 arm. And Toastmaster, well, that was for the previous speeches. Coming back to the table topics, Toastmaster Divya was absolutely fine. There is no arm or anything. Toastmaster Dharmesh has used 2 arms and 1 arm. Guest speaker Shashank has used 3 arms and 2 short pauses. So guest speaker Ajit has used 4 saw and 1 short pauses. Toastmaster Ravi has used 2 buts and 1 saw. Guest Jalal has used 3 and 1 arm. Toastmaster Sandhya has used 1 arm. That's all from my part. Over to you.
let's call upon the grammarian to know how we fared on our English speaking. Remember what are the course competencies? One is public speaking. So let's see how we have fared. So, first, Sandhya.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's day. So we all witnessed some good and proper usage of words like timid, propel, adaptable, perspective, courage, penalize, tormentor. So this was also in detail mentioned by Parita. There were also some phrases used like through thick and thin, or stole my heart and hooked us. There were also some improper usage of words like difference background. It should have been different background. Second is over spice. It should have been too spicy. Need to thought, need to think. Broke the rule, break the rules. And then lot of applause. It could have been lots of applause or a lot of applause. And at the end, I'm happy that a few of the speakers were able to use word of the day. So Toastmaster Sunesh, Meenakshi and Rashmi used the word of the day once. And then phrase of the day was used by Vidya twice and Dheeraj. So here's my thank you, everyone.
Wasn't it a lucid report? Yes. One more word. Okay, coming to my report. We started right on time. Somehow, during the journey, we stretched. And today, right now, we are, I think, about 15 minutes late. So let me keep it short. PO address, excellent address, giving us a motivational speech as usual. And whatever you spoke, the topic that you used, I had heard it, but hearing it the second time, learned a lot. Going on to the prepared speech, I think all of you have spoken well. I'll come to that PMOD later because everybody must be wondering why I'm not. But he is the Sutradhara of the session. So I need to summarize everything that he wanted. So speaker one, that is Toastmaster Dheeraj. Excellent speech. And your content was excellent. One suggestion, when you are giving a speech, any speech as a PO, give the option of the PO to some other expert. People will have already heard you speaking on a motivational speech before you give a speech. So generally, I have seen in other clubs also, when a presiding officer is slated to give a speech, he doesn't give a presiding officer speech. He encourages the other excoms to become a presiding officer. Just a suggestion, take it or leave it. I always remember one quote of ATM Rama. Sakti suno man ki ko. Charge to charge her. Good, enjoyable speech, Sakshi. One regret, I did not get to taste. During the speech. Okay. Third speech, Meenakshi have already given us the feedback. Don't have to say anything here. She is excellent going up to the district level. Can't give much more feedback than asking her to, Don't be a bullet train. Give a pause in between. Even bullet trains have stops in between. Table topic master. Now I was talking to Sakshi when I came in. I said, "Where's the crowd?" The moment she entered, she said, "Here's the crowd." Explained very well as to how and why of those table topics in a Toastmasters session and what you will learn, especially for the guests. It is beneficial to take part in the table topic because even though you are still a guest, you can take back that experience into your professional life and implement it. A good session with a lot of debating, all the, in the pathways project, you have different projects which make you do these things. What you saw today in the table topics. You had debate, you had interview sections, you have convincing, you had convincing in the sense you had to market your services. All that is part of the pathways in some way or the other in one of the projects, level 4 and level 5. So excellent table topic section by Toastmaster Vidya. It's not Divya, somebody said Divya, I think. It's Vidya. Anyway, doesn't matter for her. And coming to the evaluators, excellent evaluations. All the three evaluators, Rashmi, Rohidas, and Parita. One suggestion I would like to give all three of you. I'm not going to comment on what you evaluated. When you give the recommendation, demonstrate it. One thing. Second is, when you give a recommendation, as TMOD said in the beginning, don't say you should have done this. You can do this. No. What I would have done. Put your shoes in the speaker's shoes and tell as to what you would have done. In this place, I would have done this way. In this place, I would have brought in a vocal variety. In this place, body language would have been better if I could have done this. So, put it in a positive way, take it upon yourself to demonstrate. That way, the speaker also gets motivated, gets to understand what they need. Demonstration of your recommendations are right. Coming to TMOD, Toastmaster of the day. What can I say about Toastmaster Sanish? He very lucidly went through the session, transiting from why a Toastmaster, a history of Toastmaster, trivia in the Toastmaster, transiting into the actual session. When one should learn rather than give breaks in between 2 or 3 stories, how you can change them or make a garland of stories. Same way, Toastmaster Sanish very lucidly came down to the sessions, timer, our counter, grammarian, how we introduce them. Very well done. I mean, we never felt that you are going into the sessions. Rather, we thought you were still in the TMOD's theme as to why it was. Of course, timer, our counter and grammarian are part of the white Toastmaster. But then, the way he brought it up, I think one should learn from his way of coming together or bringing those things into the right. I think overall a good session, except let's keep up the time. If we are using, I think it is still 7:30 today, but still, I think we are already 7:30. So let me call upon the particular Toastmasters
Thank you, General Evaluator, for that amazing session. In Toastmasters, we have a saying, evaluation is the breakfast of the champions, and today we had first snacks. We always need feedback, how to go about it. We always ask, but at the same time, we have to receive it in a way that we feel like doing it. Like even when things which we know needs to be done is told to us rudely or disrespectfully, we may not tend to take action. That's again one of the things we learn in Toastmasters, how to give feedback to speakers, to other role players, so they feel like taking action on it. And in general life also, be it personal, relational or professional, we need to learn how to give feedback to other people at one instance, and secondly, how to receive feedback, knowing that the other person is not criticizing us, but giving us information so that we can become a better person. And I think Toastmasters is a place where we learn that skill of giving and receiving feedback. With that, I hand over the session to the presiding officer.
Toastmaster of the day for that wonderful session. We have learned a lot of things on the Toastmaster and its core values. Without much ado, we will move to the next segment, that is the voting segment. All are requested to choose the favorite role players. We have seen everyone performing during the meeting. And for the guests, they can use this scan for voting. To select the link and then choose the best role player, best speaker, best evaluator. Meanwhile, few guests are left and we cannot have their introduction. Now I request that those who are left, please tell your name, what do you do, and how you got to know about the Toastmasters. We can start. Yes.
Hi, my name is Shanti. I'm the second year in last week as well. So I am working in IT organization as part of the chat team, and I got to know about Toastmasters QA from some office meetings and all, and then I searched over the internet and then I came.
Thank you for joining us. It's good to have you. Answer.
My name is Agnel. And I didn't know about this, I think, Instagram, I think it redirected me. I was going to join this previously, but it turned out to a session. So I decided to, it's my first session now. So I decided to attend this.
Thank you for joining. Sir.
So I'm Jalal Sati. I work at Washington State. This is my second time I'm here. Looking forward to join and have a confident standing in front of you and do speeches.
Thanks for joining. Are we done with the voting? For table topic, we have not voted yet. Please vote for table topic also. All of you are requested. Next, our next meeting will be a speech marathon. All the guests are requested to please join because you will be seeing the best of our speakers performing on that day, and there will be around 8 speeches, 8 evaluations. It's a good chance to learn what is Toastmasters and how people come prepared and better person and better speaker. 24. Are we done with the voting? Okay. All are requested to please vote. Okay, so the date for area contest is also announced. Our area contest will be on 20th October 2024, and so accordingly we will be doing our club contest on 21st September. So please start preparing and for the contest. The first contest will be humorous and evaluation speech contest. As for your choice, you can prepare for evaluation or humorous or both. you don't want to participate as a contestant, you can take the role play for that day. For that also you can connect with our BP education. But we have not fixed the date and people.
First one is on 31st of August, and second one is on 14th of September. We have a meeting on first week of first Saturday, but because it being election to think, we are having it on 14th of September. This 14th of September education session on student speech, and 31st August, and it is on evaluation. And before that, we also have an evaluation online session. And then on that day, 31st, we'll have the workshop. So that study should be taken. Online will just let you it will be
Anyone want to say anything? We have some spare time. Any feedback? Any suggestion? Chart was nice. Any feedback from any of the guests? How was the meeting? Anyone? Silence means it was perfect.
We take it back.
We take it back. Their responses means yes. Silence means excellent. Laughter, good session.
Since we have some time. Okay, we have spoken about area contest, right? 20th of October. How many of you want to attend that? What about okay. Now, out of 12, 14, 2 of you will be contestants. Okay. Rather than 12 of them will be attending the contest. I want all of you to be involved in the area contest or taking up some role here. Similarly, your division contest, you know the dates? 17th of November, mark your calendars. Your area director will tell you this, but 17th of November is the area division contest, wherein you have both the contests, humorous as well as evaluation. There also, see, don't break your tradition. Don't break Agnel's tradition. You know what it is, right? झूठ में आते हैं